Donald Trump and Zohran Mamdani finally met at the White House, and the result was not what anyone was expecting. Welcome to America Uncovered. I'm Chris Chappell. My fellow Americans, Christmas is upon us once again, which means I get to blast Paul McCartney's Wonderful Christmas Time without everyone looking at me like I'm some kind of freak with bad taste. And no, I will not apologize. But aside from earworms, we have to worry about supporting America's arch nemesis,
China!
That's right. You want to share a little holiday spirit, and then boom! That sweet Sonic Obama Harry Potter backpack you got turns out to be made in China, and you just helped the PLA buy a new Guam killer missile. So this Christmas season, buy American, and I want to help you do it. I'm putting together the first ever unmade in China Christmas shopping catalog. It'll be full of products made in the USA and other friendly countries that are also standing up to the CCP. To fund this shopping catalog, I need your help. Join Operation Take Back Christmas on my Give, Send, Go page. Become a revolutionary retail shopper, an anti-big tech patriot, or a soldier in the American Liberation Army to get exclusive benefits. The link is below. And remember, all I want for Christmas is you to like and subscribe. So, American politics is getting weird. Last Friday, President Trump and New York Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani met at the White House. Now, most people were expecting a blowout. I mean, Cheeto Hitler with Comrade Bin Laden? Surely these two should have been at each other's throats. But that's not what happened. Instead, the two seemed to get along swimmingly. Trump had nothing but good things to say about Mamdani and promised to help the city's mayor-elect.
I think you're going to have, hopefully, a really great mayor. The better he does, the happier I am, I will say. There's no difference in party. There's no difference in anything. And we're going to be helping him to make everybody's dream come true, having a strong and very safe New York. And congratulations, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. President.
And Mamdani returned the favor, pumping up Trump's appeal with New Yorkers.
Mamdani, does New York City love President Trump?
New York City loves a future that is affordable. And I can tell you that there were more New Yorkers who voted for President Trump in the most recent presidential election because of that focus on cost of living. And I'm looking forward to working together to deliver on that affordability agenda.
I got a lot of votes.
Okay, so these two are like friends now? But why? What could they possibly agree on?
We had a meeting today that actually surprised me. He wants to see no crime. He wants to see housing being built. He wants to see rents coming down, all things that I agree with.
I see. Well, it makes sense why they'd want to hitch onto each other's wagons. Democrats overperformed in the recent elections due mostly to their focus on affordability. And Trump wants in on that. Mamdani, meanwhile, wants to ease concerns over his approach to policing. We've already gone over his repeated calls to shrink the NYPD. But now it seems he wants to work with the police. And all that talk about cuts, well, that's just campaign talk.
I look forward to delivering public safety with the NYPD.
Now are you committing to maintaining the same level of cops?
I've committed over the course of the campaign to maintain the 35,000. That's the head count that we had through the campaign.
And not replace them with caseworkers, social work?
No, I've said that's the head count that we want.
That's quite an about-face. Mamdani has already issued apologies over his 2020 comments calling the NYPD a racist and rogue agency. And he's apparently willing to work with Trump, of all people. You know, Trump, the racist-in-chief, the bane of leftists everywhere? When Mamdani was questioned about calling Trump a fascist, the president offered some reassurance.
Are you affirming that you think President Trump is a fascist?
I've spoken about...
That's okay. You can just say yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay. It's easier. It's easier than explaining it. I don't mind.
Oh, okay, it's all cool. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time communists and fascists came to an understanding. After the meeting, Mamdani was again questioned as to why he'd be willing to work with a man Democrats view as a threat to democracy.
How do you square working with someone who you still think is a threat to the democracy?
I think working for the people of New York City demands that you work with everyone and anyone.
Boy, we have come a long way since No Pasaran. Now it's more like Francisco Franco makes a lot of good points. Socialists were unhappy, calling Mamdani a fake leftist. And Trump supporters were just sort of confused. But honestly, this meeting shouldn't have surprised anyone. What we're seeing is a political realignment long in the making. If you look at this Pew Research poll, the top issues for Americans either revolve around the economy, things like fixing costs, energy, jobs, and trade, or security. Think crime, drugs, and illegal immigrants. And these are issues that the mainstreams of both parties are woefully under-equipped to deal with. The GOP has long been the party of free trade, but after decades of offshoring, housing bubbles, and exploding costs, Americans are fed up. It's no wonder Mamdani won in New York with a campaign focused on affordability. The Democrats, meanwhile, became the party of open borders, open-air drug markets, and defund the police. These are some of the main issues Trump campaigned on. This Trump-Mamdani axis, mind the pun, is a shift away from the broader neoliberal consensus. Since the end of World War II, both parties have reached a basic understanding that America is the land of the free. Free markets, free love, and free and open immigration. But now that's changing. Trump represents authority, the charismatic leader who champions nationalism, strong police, and autarky or self-reliance. That's what got us America First, the deployment of National Guard to America's cities, and the Liberation Day tariffs. Mamdani represents radical economic change, abandoning the free market in favor of rent controls, price controls, and the government taking a greater role in the economy. This obviously has the political class concerned, as the mixing of these two brings up a lot of memories of the 20th century, a century of strong, centralized, nationalistic states focused on powerful leaders, be they in Germany, the Soviet Union, France, England, or the United States. Their fear is that if Trump is a Nazi and Mamdani is a communist, then combining the two would lead to some sort of national Bolshevism. Two great tastes that go great together. And for everyone concerned Mamdani is a radical Islamicist, well, Trump's all for Sharia law, but just to cover the faces of ugly women. But maybe proclaiming the Nazbol synthesis is coming on a little too strong. Sure, the two of them have been rocking this look from the Nikita Khrushchev winter lineup, but it might be more accurate to call it the rebirth of New Dealism, the mix of nationalism and socialism we saw under FDR. One thing's for certain, the times are a-changin'. Gone are the days of economic conservatism and social liberalism, the basic principles of mainstream American politics. We're back in the 20s, both literally and politically. Economic stagnation, political unrest, communists and fascists living together, mass hysteria. So don't expect what comes next to resemble anything you're used to. But what should we call it? New Dealism? Trump thought with Mamdani characteristics for a new era? Fascism?
That's okay. You can just say that. Okay. That's easier.
But what do you think? What would you call this new emerging ideology? Leave your comments below. And remember, don't buy Made in China this Christmas. Support my Unmade in China Christmas shopping list by supporting my Give, Send, Go campaign. Click below. I'm Chris Chappell. Thanks for watching America Uncovered.